Hi, it's Amy with Notes from Past Amy. Welcome back to the table. I've just unboxed the Hollywood subscription box from Atlas Stationers. Had 4 lovely colors in it. Here's our hint, Hollywood's Garden of Inks. Enjoy a bottle on the house, your number 1, Therese. So, I don't know which one was the extra ink. I'm kind of guessing it was this green. It was packaged separately, and then the other 3 were packaged together. I've got 2 here because I actually got this color as an empty bottle from Anderson Pens. So I've seen this color before, but lovely. I actually already had a tiny bit of this one as well. This is April Showers, Ferris Wheel Press. But I got the beautiful box, and I've got everything swatched here. This zebra, I really liked this zebra actually. It just looks like blue from the label. Yeah, I did have a bit of a spill with this screen. It was very full and I didn't expect that. But really nice color. It's going to be just a standard ink, so I can use it in all my fine nibs. This is a shimmer. This is also a shimmer, but I didn't really get much shimmer on this swatch. I thought today it would be fun to show you how I keep track of all my inks. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Do you see any of that shimmer? The purple has gold shimmer, and the gray, is it silver shimmer? I think some of these boxes say, but this one does not. I think it's a silver shimmer. That would make sense. Yeah, silver. Silver or gray? Let's go silver. And this was sitting out because this is where I keep all of my pen purchases. Fountain pen inventory. Click. So in here, I've got all of the inks I've ever purchased. If it's crossed off, I no longer have that. I've used it up. And all of the pens. If you go down far enough, I've got all of my pens. Aha, this is where we're going to be right here. Shimmers I've just added at the bottom because they're not inks. I use them to make my own colors, but they're not actually colors that you can, well, you can just go buy them, but they're not an ink. You can't just use it as an ink. And then save pens and crossed off is sold. But all of my stuff, all my accessories, everything is here in this note. We're going to cross off where it says ink 1, ink 2, ink 3, ink 4, and write the actual information. I have the price, I have the date, I have where I got it from. That may or may not be a spoiler, depending on when I publish this video. And I'm just going to use this order here. That's kind of the order they got set out in, and that's how I'm going to number them. Doesn't matter a whole lot. Monteverde, and this is USA. I don't know why this says Monteverde, USA, and this one just says, oh, it does say Monteverde, USA. On the top, it doesn't, though. It doesn't say Monteverde at all. Yeah, oh well. I put Monteverde, USA on this one because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. But this is really, really easy to change. If I see, oh look, Purple Jade Rabbit is actually called the Purple Jade Rabbit, I can just go back in and add the. It's very, very easy to correct my mistakes when I realize I had something wrong. So, great place to keep all these. And I'm so glad I did it this way from the beginning. This is called Zebra, and it is 30 mils. Okay, cool. Then I give myself a space. I should also have given myself a space there. I like having the space. 88, we're going to do Private Reserve Ebony Green.
Mom?
Private Reserve. What's up, dude?
Ebony Green. I think you're making a video.
And 90 mils.
But,
okay, good.
turn off my tablet. I spent some time with Daddy.
Oh, good for you. Jacques,
Mommy?
with an S. Bon.
My tablet?
Violet.
Mommy.
I use a lot of commas. When I write things down, I use little hearts, but for the phone, I just use little commas. Violet Imperial, and I don't know what this means, but it's a 1670 ink. I looked in the little pamphlet a little bit. That line of ink has gold shimmer, so now we know. Ferris Wheel Press. I hope this is sort of a brightness that you can see. Can put it a little bit lower. Nope, should have put it a little bit higher. Hold on, bud.
Okay.
There you go, now you can see better. Ferris Wheel Press, putting a comma, because now we have the ink name. Whoops. Oh, I didn't put how much is in this one. See? Told you. Easy to go back and fix. How much is in this guy? I think these are 50s. Yeah, 50. Cool. 50s. And after I do all this analog stuff, when it's convenient, I'll update my fountain pen companion. Because that was really handy when I wanted to do a swap. This is a 38 mil. Come on, 38 mil. There we go. So those are the 4 new inks. This is how I put them in there. Ta-da! And these will be their numbers. So then I grab some sticker paper. Hold on, I forgot to get sticker paper. I'll be right back. Go, some sticker paper offcuts from making my own stickers. And I'll just grab my kid scissors here because I use them for like everything. And I'll cut myself some little numbers. These do not have to be perfect. You can just kind of, do I want them that big? Yeah, I think it'll fit that big on all of them. Ta-da! Okay, put this back in my bag. I used to write this number in the color of the ink, like actually use that ink to write this number. I don't find that helpful. I look at the colors in different ways, not by the number. So I'm just going to put the number in black pen the way I did last time I received inks. And 1090. Like that. This is for me to keep track of all the different inks I have used. So then we put the number where it's not going to be annoying. So on the little Diamine 30 ml bottles, I don't use good enough sticker paper or something. Or the cap is just too rounded. I don't know. But they don't like sitting flat on the top of these. So I just put them on the side and then taped them down because for most of them, it was not there first. Whoops. Where'd that sticker go? I lost my sticker. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. Huh. Is it? It is. Okay. I put the number on the wrong side. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Oh, dear. I don't want it to stick to my book. It's going to look like I've never put stickers on before. 1087, zebra. I think that's going to be fine on the top. Let's check the next one. Because if I wrote on the back of all of these, that's going to it's going to be so... Oh, goodness. It's going to be what it is, but... Wow. Yep, it's on the wrong side again. Okay, let's just write on both sides of all of these. That's never happened before. It's because I'm on camera. 1089. 1090. Scribble, scribble. There we go. 88 is the ebony green. 89 will be the imperial violet. And then 1090. If I can get this off. 1090 will be April showers. Okay, this one, I'm going to put it like on the side or back or something because I don't want to mess with the wax top. It's just a way for me to double check when I pull the ink. I also put this number in my fountain pen companion just to kind of double check when I pull ink for a swap. This one's sticky. Oh, this one's got a lot of pretty places. I haven't marked the other one. Oh, let's see how it does on the top. I know it's got the like low spot, but slightly green, but I think it'll be okay. And that is updated now. It automatically saves. Those need thrown away. These are my inks. Now I make cards. And I do that by either filling pens or using this guy, which I don't know if I've actually done that, but technically I could do that. Or I dip this pen from Berry's Pens. It's a kit pen, and it's on Etsy. Last time I showed this, I said it was on eBay. It is not on eBay. It is on Etsy. And I left you a link last time. I will leave a link again. I just need to dip this one time, and it's enough to do the entire card. And I'm talking about these cards right here. Must have gotten a little water on this one. It's fine. This is the history of inks I have used. These are my sample cards. Look at that, I haven't done number 4 yet. It's brown, so a little uninspiring. 6. My son helped me right there when I was writing the number. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love it every time. That one's very, very shimmery. So much copper. See it? Yeah, so this is a really good record. There's my other Private Reserve ink. They're actually really nice, and I have no trouble at all with that one. I've actually used it to mix a color or two. That was a sample. Every color I've used. And a couple of the colors I've made myself. See why I like this one so much? That's practically the color I made way, way, way back in December, like when I very first started. This is one of the bottles. Did I mention it this video or a different video? When I got these empty bottles from Anderson, I got this Imperial Purple, and I got 2 other colors. This was one of the other colors that had a couple extra drops in it, and I could actually put it in a pen and use it for a short time. So that was actually a really nice color, but it was a pain to clean. So nice to have experienced it. That's a mix. That was accidental. This is a color I tried for my mom. Platinum Blue Black. That was a cartridge. Great pen. It was a Procyon Deep Sea colored. This is the medium. But it did not fit my hand. It was a great nib. Wonderful little pen. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with the mark. I don't remember. Whoops, that was another accidental mix. This is another color that I've created. I love that one. Pilot Black cartridge. Yeah, lots of colors in here. Lots and lots of colors. Some of them come through a lot. Some of them don't. See? But I really like having this reference, and this is the next step. So if you saw some of my 30 Inks 30 Days videos, I showed a couple of times how to make this design. I think it's called the Paradox. It is a standard zentangle, I think, for beginners. Where did I put this card? There he is. So I just pull out a card. Let me give you a cleaner background here. There we go. Always make sure the small side is at the top, because if you flip it, you've got a bigger space at the top, and this keeps them all uniform. And then this is the design that you make first before you fill in all the lines. So let's fill a pen so that I can do this design. I really like that gray, but I just refilled a pen with gray. Should we just dip it? Maybe we should just dip it. And we'll start with Zebra, because this is a fine nib and a standard ink, so that's going to work okay. There we go. That should be enough for the entire card. I'm going to clean the nib off because I don't like ink on the nib. Lovely. Just checking for ink here in this groove. And then we begin. Now I start right here, and you want to make an 8x8 box. I think this is 8x8. Usually I go halfway for, and I kind of check myself. Yes, that was 8. Same thing here. You feel like you're in my way. And 4, yes, this is the correct top. 1087. Double check that. Make sure you don't get in any of this ink. And we're going to write Monteverde. You can add the USA if you want. zebra. I want these kind of to be centered. Ta-da! Like that. Then you draw a giant X through it. Yeah, you could have done the X before, but I just forgot, I guess. There we go. Now it looks like this tropical glow here. We're going to start in this corner on the left side, top left corner. Bring it down, angled out to make like a little wedge of pie. Then this is going to be your new corner. You're going to angle it out to make another piece. And you're just going to divide this triangle into many, many little slices of pies. The point that made your wide side is now going to be your tip, your point of the next one, and you keep going around. So new tip. I always like to pull the lines toward me or side to side. I don't make my lines going away from my body. And the more consistent you are with your spacing in the wedges, the better it will look. Also doing some lining up, which there is no lining up in this first one, will help it to look really nice. When you get to the end and there's just a tiny bit left, go ahead and color that in. A lot of people call these fans. I don't know why. I think of them as seashells, but that's okay. Either way, this is your new point. You're going to widen out because you want this fan shape to continue. Oop, that was a little bumpy. That's okay. It's not the usual angle and such I use for these. Okay, now when we go down to here, we want this to match. That's going to be our point. There we go. Angle it out. There we go, not too far down. Again, you're going to match this point. Helps it look nice and cohesive. Matching this point. Angle out. Go, not too far down. It's probably more for myself than for you. Because I get to here and then I'm like way down. And I just really like this particular design. I thought it looked really, really cool. This is our small point. This is the angled out. So how do I want to make this? I think this way. There we go. So this is the design that I use for all my cards. I want them all to have the same design, and I don't mind making this one like a billion times. So this is the one that I use. Also, this is the one I first started using. It's the first zentangle thing I learned. So there's that too. There we go. Now I'm matching it here. So far it's always been on the small side. Angling it out to make my shell. That was probably a little too far angled, but yeah. There was another design that I haven't seen anywhere else, but I do. And I'm not quite as well versed in that one, but I'll have to show it to you sometimes. Because it is quite pretty. It's inspired by quilt blocks. Same thing, we're going to match. Ooh! See, that's kind of an uneven slice. That person's pie ended before the point, but it'll all come out in the wash, as they say. Just keep going. Try to make the lines straight and evenly spaced. There we go. Kind of looking across here. It'll look better if it's lined up. Pulling in that last little bit. And we keep going around. Or you can completely turn it over and do that same first stroke and essentially make the same half again. I have done it enough times that I can finally keep going and make it look correct. So here we go. This is the wide side, so we want this to be a wide end of our slice. That was a wide, so we're going to go, you don't want two wides beside each other. So since that one's a wide, this is now our point. We're going to angle out to the edge. We want this to match so that it looks continuous. And we're ready for our next slice of our fan or shell. Doing pretty good, remember to call it a fan. There we go. I was a little bit skinny, but you know, as I said, it all comes out in the wash. Just keep going. The overall effect is really, really nice. I love not having to dip a pen like 10,000 times. Here we go. Now this is our small side, and the fan is open here in this outside corner. Now that was a big one, so we're going to use this as our point and fan out. There we go. Creating another lovely shell. And just keep going around. You're almost 3/4 done now. Angle, angle, angle. There we go. Doesn't it look nice? We're almost there. Point and fan it out. Nice. So I'm inconsistent with that. I don't always start at the small side. I don't always start at the fan side. I don't know how I pick which side. Maybe it has something to do with pulling it towards myself. And then the angle of my paper at that moment. That's probably it. I haven't actually looked into that, but that would make sense. There we go, last one. It kind of looks weird because there's, it's fanning here, but it's also fanning here, right? But if you look at the previous ones, this needs to come to a point on both sides. So you want it to fan here and come to a point. It came to a point on this side, now it needs to come to a point on this side. So this is going to be our fan side. We're going to start at the very center. There we go. Angle it into this fan. We're making these beautiful interlocking shells. Ta-da! So I'm actually matching 2 points here. Matching this one, and then I will match right here. Go out keeping the same spacing. You're not matching anything. There we're matching. Over here we're matching. That was probably a little wide. Whoops. Look at that. It was a straight line. It didn't go into a point at all. I'll show you how I fix that in a second. There we go. Now if you look carefully, there's a little straight line right there, so we're just going to kind of round it up. Ta-da! And that's our card. That's how I make my sample cards. The last thing I do when I get a new bottle, not for samples, not anymore. These are samples, and now I wish they weren't on there. The last thing I do for bottles now is I put them on a page in my gallery. There we go. Night Sky. I couldn't remember the name of that the other day. This one is a sample. This is not. This is Earl Grey from Diamine. But see, if I hadn't put the sample on, I'd only have the 2. And that's basically what I have now. This is almost gone. So this is blues. I do have a couple more pages. This was just a desk calendar. I think it was from Barnes & Noble, if I remember correctly. It's a really nice, like, light cardstock with a grid back. And I kept these. Not sure what I was going to use them for, but they worked really, really well for this. I've got my teals, aquas, greens, 2 pages of purples because, you know, it's my favorite. The rest of my warm colors, my pinks, browns, yellows, reds, it's all on here. And then got a couple extra pages. I think blue is my only other page. Yeah. So I actually need to go back, grab another one while I've got these out. I never did my rose pink, so we're going to grab this one. And I didn't put a sticker on it either. Shame on me. So I don't even know what color this is. These numbers I do write in the color of the ink. So I need to go back and see what color this is. I think it's low 80s. 1080. See if I can find it real fast. 80, not even 80, 77. 1077. All right, so I do all of these Q-tip. We're going to put it over here with this one. These are more or less chronological. And I color about that much, because that's what I've always done. 1077. Okay. So lovely. And that's it. That's all there is to it. But these are really, really helpful. I like having these to match inks to pens and such. Zebra will go on a blue page. It's more of a blue than anything else. I don't know about setting it right on top of it as soon as I've done it. I've never done that before. So let's not make any more messes today. New one. We're just going to go in order here. Wow, it looks different on this paper, doesn't it? This has blue in the name, that's why it's not on the aqua page. Or the turquoise and cyans. This was 1087, right? Yeah. Lovely. It's a nice winter color. Kind of similar to 35, which I believe is Herbie by Diamine. Or Herbert if you get the big bottle. I got the little one, so it's called Herbie. 88. Those are really similar. This one has sheen to it though, and I don't think Zebra does. Ah, wrong page, wrong page, wrong page. Uh-oh. That's full! I will fix that and add it later. Would you like to see me stamp this? Probably not. If so, let me know. I'll do a separate video on that. Carefully moving the green. We will add to the purple page. Purples. And this has shimmer. So maybe I should put the gray up here, April Showers. I think that would make sense. I do have carbon black, but I mean, it's just black. I don't really need that to be in my gallery. So I've never added it to the gallery. Such a beautiful color. Lovely, lovely. Nope, that's not green. And we're going to write on this one, where did I put it? 1089. I'm so glad I started my numbers in the thousands. It's like, well, what if I do eventually get to 100 inks? Oh yeah, like in my first year, I'm going to get to 100 inks. I don't have 100 inks, but I've tried 100 inks, and that's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Night Sky doesn't have a number. It says Night Sky because it's my son's ink. But I put it on here to remind myself that I have access to it too. He uses my ink all the time, so if I ever want to use that one, we do have it. April Showers. Let's see if we can get some shimmer in this. These Verisol Press inks are so light. They're lovely, but they're so light. And this is 1090. That's slightly too far right. Oops. Oh well. Will still be just as helpful as if it were perfectly centered. Like all the rest. Very, very nice. I do really like this color gray. It's so much cooler than Earl Grey. And that's how I update. If you want to see how I stamp these, let me know. For now, I'm going to end the video. Hope you enjoyed. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.